Hey there. So we are on a 12 night, no, a 11 night, 12-day cruise on Virgin Voyages. So we are in a sea terrace room, as you can kind of see through the mirror. The balcony is out here, and I'll show you. But I wanted to show y'all or talk about like what it's like sailing like this long for a cruise. This is like the longest we've ever done. And this is not a back-to-back. It is a straight 11 nights, 12 days out of Miami all the way down here to, let's see, our first stop was Curacao. So first, let's just go through the itinerary. So the first day, of course, Miami. The second day was at sea. The third day was at sea. The fourth day was Curacao, down in ABC Islands. That's the fourth day. The fifth day was Aruba. We are now on day six. Day six, and we are at sea. Tomorrow we will be in Colombia. Then we will have another sea day. Then we will go to Ochos Rios. Then we will go to Grand Cayman. And then day 11 is another sea day. And then we're back in Miami. So that is the itinerary. And so we were really like back and forth about if we were going to take this cruise because it is so long. And I mean, it's literally like a 5-day back-to-back without having to get off and all of that. Because there are so many sea days. But I will tell you, it's been a lot of fun. I'm here with my husband, and my sister and my mom came. I will tell you, like, the people that are on here, it is trending a little bit older, but not older to where people aren't still partying and having a good time. The live music on here is fantastic. Fantastic. There is a group called Fresh Play on here they are out of San Diego, and they are fantastic. But there's also like a lady that does like, she sings, she has no shoes on, and I'll have to get the names, y'all. But the live music on here is terrific. There's like a duo, a trio. There's a single guy or one guy singing, and you can just hear the music. So Virgin has done a very, very good job with the live music on this particular sailing. Usually it's pretty good, but again, that fresh, what is it? What did I say? Fresh Way? Anyway, that band is dynamic. They sing all of your favorites. Like if you're a fan of like R&B and I think it's Fresh Way. Anyway, super group. Brilliant Lady is a new worship, just started the Mermaiden in 2025. And there are things that I noticed that are different on here. So I believe in some of the places the food quality is different, not in a bad way, but just different. For example, I like the Sun Cafe. I always get the bio mushroom deal. And today I noticed, like when I ordered it, I'm like, this don't look like mushrooms that are normally on Virgin Voyages when we sail on, like, say, like Valiant or Resilient or even Scarlet Lady. So that was one thing that I noticed. And then we were someplace else. Maybe it was Razzle Dazzle, which is Rojo at night. And there, of course, the menu is totally different there. It is like Spanish influence food. Is a little bit different, so anyway, it's not the traditional razzle dazzle, but when you go in the morning, it's the same. That breakfast is the same for, the morning and the brunch. There was something else. Maybe it was something else in the galley that we noticed that was a little bit different. And, it's a new ship. You got to pay for it. And so, you've got, the French toast. The French toast in the galley is different, right? French toast on Valiant, this is where we were in December. Oh my gosh, like y'all know, like it's a big piece and it's delicious. It is delicious, and it don't matter what day you get it. You get it, it is good. Here they have smaller pieces. It's like again, like they've had to make some accommodations because you know, you gotta pay for this brand new ship. So that was one thing that I noticed. The food quality is just a little bit, it's still good, but it's, you know, some things are like, I don't think I'm gonna waste my calories on that. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. What else? Oh, one thing that they added that I love is the ship tracker. Let me show y'all. Let me move y'all over here so you can see my TV. So I've not seen this on Resilient, definitely not Resilient, definitely not Valiant, definitely not Scarlet Lady. So there is a channel called Ship Tracker. Let me show you. So I love this addition. I don't know who came up with this, but bravo. So when you go to your little tablet and you click on entertainment, see, I click entertainment right there, and then you go to live right there, and then you scroll over. So it used to be there was just like the bridge cam, maybe one special activities, but then on here, there's something called Ship Tracker. Oh, nope. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Not Ship Eats. Nope, want to go back to entertainment. Okay, so live, scroll over, and you have Ship Tracker. And so when you click on it, I just want y'all to see on the TV, like, of course, the music is always there, but you can see where you are. Like, that is, I'm gonna turn this down so I'm not competing. Like, that is great. So, like, right now, you can see, and I'm gonna see if I can bring y'all up without tearing this whole thing down. Lord have mercy. Oh. Okay. So, you can see we are here, right? And this is, so we're going here to Colombia. We were here yesterday. This is Aruba. And then we were at Curacao on the day before yesterday. Okay, so we're making our way. But what I wanted y'all to see, like out here, like we had some real rocking and rolling out here a few days ago, because there's nothing really to break it. So if you've got, like, if it's raining, or which, you know, a lot of times it does in the Caribbean, like we were like rocking and rolling. I have to post that video. And so because there's, you know, there's really nothing here to break it. And so just be mindful of that. I mean, you know, if you decide to do this particular itinerary, it may not be that for you, but we don't know, right? Because again, in the Caribbean, normally, I won't say like Florida, but maybe similar to Florida, you know, it rains like every day. And so we had some really, really bad weather coming out of, first of all, when we left on February the 1st, and this, I'm sorry, this is going to be a little bit of a longer video. When we left out of Miami on February 1st, Sunday, February the 1st, it was 35 degrees. I've never been in Miami with a coat, but I had to have a coat on, and everybody else did too. And so you can find that video here somewhere, because I did post it, because it's like first time ever. When I take, and this was no like, ooh, it's cool. No, it was cold. It was cold. So that was that. And so they still had the sail away outside. It was sun shining, but it was cold. And so that coolness continued on with the rest of the first day. The second day, I mean, you know, we're down now like off the coast of Cuba, but the cold air was still there. I mean, it was still there. It wasn't as cold. You could tell it was trying to warm up, but not like layout temps. No. So that was the first day at sea. The second day at sea, what happened? Oh, we got a storm. And we were out here, right? Because we're trying to get down to Curacao, which was our first stop. And so, y'all, this thing was rocking and a rolling. And, you know, we've been on Virgin before, and it has been, you know, somewhat rocky. Never like this. Never like this. But again, here, you have nothing to break any of that. So if you're having already a storm, and you know you got this vessel out in the middle of the ocean, and there's nothing to break all of that, you're gonna have rocking and roll. So it will be interesting to see when we leave Colombia and we're going back up, because Ochos Rios is like up here, and we got to go back through there, what's it gonna be like? So I have to make another video so that I can report back and tell y'all how it is. Again, just in case you're thinking of doing this itinerary, because you just want to make good decisions. Now, my husband says we are on day number 6 of a 12-day cruise. We get off on day 12. And my husband's like, no, this is too long. It's too long. But again, we had cold weather day 1, cool weather day 2, rocking and rolling day 3. Day 4 in Curacao was cool. It was nice. It was hot. Day 5 in Aruba, beautiful. Now today, again with the extremes, like there is no wind. No wind. It is nothing but strictly heat out there. Let me show you. So if you've ever been on a Virgin Voyage, you know that little red swing out there, I mean, it's moving and shaking and moving because the wind, we're riding the whole thing. And you see that swing? That swing is not moving at all. Like it is still. You know why? Because there's no wind out there. And it looks cloudy, but it's really, I'm up on deck 14, so it just looks like that. But it's nice, sunny, and hot upstairs on deck 15, deck 16. But again, it's just heat today. So we really have gone through some extremes. But again, we're getting closer to Colombia, which is here. We are here. We're trying to get here. And it's hot over here. It's hot over here, clearly. So anyway, so yes, my husband said, and I'm so sorry, y'all. I dripped some, I'm just now seeing this. I was eating soup or something from the, I can't think of the name of the place up there. It's delicious though. Miso soup. Fantastic. If you ever get a chance to get it. It's got edamame in it. Oh my God. As example with me with that down there. Anyway, so my husband's like, no, we won't do this again. And, I'm one that never says never. I mean, because if the right itinerary comes along and we want to go to those places, we probably will do it again. Right. But again, what we notice that there are like older people. So like I'm 53. My mom is 72. She'll be 73. And there's not a lot of people her age here, but there's quite a few, 50, 60 years, people that can take, 12 days off because they're retired, at least 12. Some people take 13 or 14 because you still have to have the time to get down to Miami if you're not from that area. So, anyway, but I'll show a video. But there are younger people on here too. Like there are some families that we've noticed with, younger people, maybe in their 20s and 30s. So it's not all older people. But you can see that there are older people on here. Like that's very clear. But it's not like things shut down. Like the men are still jumping at night. Like the pool, we just left the pool area is packed, sold out. I have to do another video because this isn't the first day it's been this hot, but like at sea, but it's missed because there's no wind up there. And I've been on this cruise before, and you're like, we're on a cruise. Like, where is and I promise you, I'm not exaggerating. Again, that swing, hold on, let me show y'all again. That swing, anybody that knows Virgin Voyage, know that swing, we just be swinging and swinging, going, nothing, because there is no wind. All right, just heat. That is just heat up there. And so again, we're getting closer to Colombia. And so a little bit of a preview about, what we're going to experience being over there, which, I'm fine with the heat because it's freezing in most places right now. So, even where we live at, it's like 26. So I don't think we got snow, but it's cold. So I'm okay with it for, the next little bit. So anyway, so I just want to do a video. I would encourage you, if you can, take a longer cruise like this, do it. Especially if you want to see multiple countries. So think about it. We did Aruba, we did Curacao, we did Aruba. We are getting ready to do Colombia, which a lot of itineraries, you can't find Colombia on, which is one of the reasons why we did ours. Colombia, you have Jamaica, Ochos Rios. That, you know, a lot of itineraries have Ochos Rios, so not, you know, that's not such a big deal. And Grand Cayman, right? So you have all of those places, all those Caribbean places that you're going to, and your rooms paid for, your food's paid for, and the food on here, it is still very good. I just, because we've been on all of the ships, can notice some differences in some things. So just be mindful of that. This is Brilliant Lady. This is the newest ship, but they have the cutest merchandise on here. I'm gonna do a video on what do you pack, you know, when you're going on a trip this long. You know, we tend to overpack anyway because you have that, well, just in case. And then some people don't. Some people will bring a carry-on and that's it. But of course here you can do laundry. You can get your laundry taken care of. We just sent ours out since we're halfway today, and we'll get it back. Today's Friday. We will get our laundry back probably Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, because it didn't go out until later. If it would have went out this morning because we were out of the room and they could clean it and the whole thing, we probably would have got it tomorrow, but it's probably going to be Sunday. Now we've got still a lot of clean clothes in our suitcase, and so, but it's nice to go home with some clean clothes. But again, I wanted to do it halfway because I wanted us to, you know, not have 6 or 7 things in there, because the laundry, like if you have Deep Blue Extras, it is free. But if you don't have that, then it's $55, which, you know, to take your clothes home clean is worth it. So, but anyway, yeah, so I just wanted to just touch bases with y'all, because again, I love this tracker. This was one of the key important points that they put in here, and I wish Virgin Voyages, y'all put this tracker on all the ships. We love this because we can see exactly where we are. And so tonight we're not that far from, because again, we are here. Let me pull this up so y'all can see. It's just a neat, I'm more of a visual person anyway, but it's just nice to be able to see where you came from, where you're going, that whole thing. So again, we are here and we are trying to get here to Colombia, Cartagena. All right, that's where we're going. We've already been to Curacao. We've already been to Aruba. And so now here we are here. All right. And so then we'll have to make our way back up here to Ochos Rios. And so, but we're halfway through, and it's been a fun trip so far. It's just nice, even with the sea days. Now, I tell you, I'm not a big fan of the 2 back-to-back sea days. I'm not a fan of that. I am not, and I knew that at the itinerary that was not going to be my favorite. But you know, again, to be able to go to Colombia, Aruba, Curacao, which we were just there in September, it was worth it. It was worth it. And I said, you know what? I'll just, you know, now I have the spa. I picked the spa unlimited, like days 6 through 11. It's like $297, but you can come and go as much as you want. And you know, I love the steam room. I love the sauna. I love they also have like a whirlpool in there. They have some cold dip pools in there, but mostly for me, it's the steam room and the sun, because the steam room just opens up all of my pores. I have to do a whole video on that. And then of course the sauna, you just sweat. And they have very, very nice, super, because remember, this is the newest ship. They have the nicest, to me, one of the nicest spas at sea. So anyway, so I'll have to do another follow-up video, but I just wanted to check in with y'all and just give you just a little bit of info about, if you ever get a chance to do an 11 or 12-day cruise, you know, what are some things you should consider. And really, just to kind of sum things up, you want to consider, of course, your budget. That's number one. And then, you know, days off. Like some people work remote. I know there are people that are working on here and they're able to do that, right? Giving up this many PTO days this early in the year, because it's only February the 6th, is a big deal. So your finances, your time off from work, and then also the locations that the cruise is going to. And then just know, again, I think this is not, you know, breaking the news, but because mostly people that are retired or have flexible jobs are the people who can take cruises like this. And so it's not unusual to see some older people. Now, when I say that, it's again, it's there's a mix of ages on here. But I can see, like, some older people, okay, they kind of stand out. But again, party is still partying, right? So no issues there. So where you're going, so your budget, your PTO days, where you're going, also the ship. You want to know the age of the ship, because again, I mean, I would, if we were like on an older ship and we were coming through there, I cannot imagine, because when I tell you this thing was moved, like they closed deck 16, which was extremely windy, and it was like, listen, folks, somewhere in my phone I have it, like, it's gonna be rough until we get to Curacao. This was like the day before, and it was like, oh my gosh, because it was a storm. It was a storm out here at sea. And so consider that, because, hey, let's be realistic. The sea is going to do what the sea wants to do, and you'll just be a part of it. So just consider that, but there's a lot of things you can take to offset that. They got the pads, boning, all these things, apples, ginger, all these things they say. We didn't get sick, but I tell you what, it did kind of send us into like our room, because it was like, we have cruised a lot, but it was still like, let's just go to the room. But there was still people out, up in the galley, and different places, went to restaurants. We did not go to dinner that night. We just kind of hunkered down, right? Because it was different. So just consider that, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.